I could remember when I was young, I watched this movie about these two guys managing a factory, and while they're managing a factory, little mice came in and basically destroyed all their management, and the whole factory came down, and there's a coin in a jar, and the coin fell, and some fake stuff, and that makes me feel like managing a factory is a bloody hard job. Well, up till now, a few days ago, I've got this Power Grid Factory Manager. It's for everyone who feels like they want to manage a factory. This game is for you. Alright, this game simulates everything about managing a factory, about getting the right resources, and don't let this boring dude makes the game, destroys your game. Okay, this boring dude does not compile what's inside the box. Alright, now let's have a look at a bit of the components, shall we? Okay, we have a sheet of summary, quite big. Not a very good paper quality, but well, it will do. A very simple 6-page rulebook. Alright, and 5 player boards. Let's see. We have this is an example. 5 player boards. There are 5 of it. Each player will have one. Take quality, good quality, as expected from Rio Grande games. The what do you call the some board where you put your counters in. That's not your market. Okay. We have a lot of tiles I put in plastic bags. You can see the tiles. This is just one type. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types. These are all tiles. Alright. And a lot of wooden stuff. You can see disc. You can see our workables, workkeepers. They're meeples, but they are workkeepers, and cubes. As always, Euro games comes with cubes. Alright, these are most of the components of the game. Alright, this game is all about managing your factory, competing with other people, and trying to get the best factory in the game. Alright, the objective of the game is basically to get the most money by the end of the game. The money can be calculated by how economically stable is your factory, and how well you made your factory.
Prices. Alright, and by the end of the game, you just try to get the most money possible, and the person with the most money wins. It's that simple. But yeah, it brings a lot of challenge to me, and basically to read people's minds about how good how their factories are. Alright, let's have a look at the game. Okay, at the start of each game, you have a factory like this. Okay, with 5 components in your factory. 3 of these cubes, I only have 2 for now, okay, to mark the energy use and the production and the basically storage. Alright, let's say there's a cube there. Okay, you have 7 of these workers. I'm going to show you a few of it. You have 7 of these workers. You place some of them in the canteen. We call this spot the canteen, and some of it on the table. Alright, now this game goes together. Okay, it's not like you do your turn and everyone else does you do your turn and everyone else wait. The first action is what we call the auction new player. We basically auction for spots, for a spot that we want. So if let's say you want a number, you just basically auction with your workers. Alright, and if you win the the number, you have to place the amount of workers that you bid for on top of the number. This will bring an effect to the next round. Alright, so after getting your number, you basically prepare the market. Now this is the storage board for the tiles. Alright, as you can see, there's a lot. Okay, so now when you prepare the market, the remaining workers that you have on the table, not in the canteen, on the table, basically you use those to pull down as much stuff as you want from the main board. So basically you pull down machines or robots or capacity, you just bring it down, and then there you have a market. So let's say this is what is brought down. Alright, so this is the market. Alright, so that's the trick behind it. You have to strategize properly to know how many items that you are supposed to bring down from the main board. Alright, now the third thing is where most of the games goes, is where you buy tiles and then you place them on the factory. So we have our hated stuff, paper money. We want chips, we hate paper money. Alright, so we may buy an item for the price listed here, and then we place it on the factory. So we may buy as much as you want, and even if we have no space, you can place it, you can buy it and put it outside of your factory, just to keep it in case you want to put it on the next turn. Alright, so that's buying. Okay, we may even choose to tear down a building from the factory itself, so can save more space. And as you can see here, these two spots you need to pay money to build it on top, so it's a bit like costly. Okay, now the last thing is we may even choose to do what we call the hiring the seasonal workers. We can hire these special people to work for you for the next turn, not this turn. Alright, so these are the most of the things that you can do on the third round. The next round is where we adjust all these scales again, and last but not least, we get our income, our money. We calculate the money using this strike, and once we get the money, then we start a new turn. Now the trick of this game is that you have only 5 turns. Alright, you have 5 turns to get as much money as you want. Now thing about it is, with this main board, if you pull down too much things, then your opponent may buy a lot of stuff. So you want to make it very optimum and very strategic, you know, what to bring it down, whether is it the right time or not. So yeah, this is Power Grid Factory Manager. For those who've played Power Grid, this is nothing like that. Okay, I played Power Grid. Alright, Power Grid is more like more you can plan and you can always escape. This one, no. This one, you make a small mistake, everyone dies. Okay, one person can be a game decider, and he may decide who wins the game, because if he bring down good stuff and the winning player is like the first player, he may buy all the good stuff and everyone will be trashed down at the bottom of the game. Alright, so it's all about making the right decision at the right time. Okay, so this is Power Grid Factory Manager. What I think about it is, it's a great game. It's a great game. Even though it's just 5 rounds, it's very tight. You'll be looking at your money all the time. You'll be looking at whether you have enough workers or not. You'll be looking at whether should you get this item right now or should you wait for next turn. Because if you wait for next turn, the person may buy it right after you. We may never know. So it's very tight. If you miss one item, you may never get to see it again for that game. And you have like tons and tons of tiles. You can buy anything you want. You can expand it in so many different ways that I can't think of. But yet, it all comes back down to optimum. You have to be optimal on this. You have to be optimal on your workers. You have to be optimal on your production and your storage, and be optimum on your energy, because the energy will minus your money by the end during your income. So it's very tight. It's not suitable for people who really thinks a lot, because this will drag the whole game down. It takes about only 1.5 hours if you know the game. If you are yet to know, it's about 2 hours, but it will gradually reduce. So it's a very good meaty game at a short time, and I would recommend you to try it before you get it. This is Power Grid Factory Manager. Try it, see whether you like it or not, then only you decide to get it. Okay, so thank you for watching my videos. I'll see you guys next time.